What's up everyone? One more day here with another episode of the show Rig on Fire. Today we are gonna take a look at these two monsters here, the Revv G3 and the Revv G4 from Revv Amplification. My goal here is to help you to find out which pedal is better for you. Before we go any further, let me say that again, this is my second channel because my main channel is in Portuguese because I'm from Brazil, but I live here in the United States. So I start this new channel because I think it makes sense. So if you are not subscribed yet, please consider subscribe, thumbs up. This is gonna help a lot. Thank you so much. If you're from Brazil, don't sweat it, there is a link for the same episode in Portuguese, okay? Let's go to the video. What do we have here? We have two pedals, yes. Pedals from Revv Amplification, Revv G3 and Revv G4. They are based on the Revv generator channels from the tube high gain amplifier from them, and they say those pedals is amazing for metal, but it's two different kinds of metal here, you know. The both pedals, they are going to have the same controls and the same toggle switches: bass, middle, treble, volume, gain. And three types of aggression: off, blue aggression, and red aggression. Blue is gonna be a little bit less gain, red more gain, a little bit more tight, and on the position off, it's gonna be very raw, almost an overdrive. And here you're going to have the same thing, true bypass, 9 volts DC. Let me say something before we go any further. This pedal here sounds for my ears more like a processed and compressed, boosted distortion from a tube amplifier. It's super modern and tight. In another hand, the red one is kind of more raw and brutal, super brutal, but super raw. It's like it's not cooked yet, you know. You need to cook that sound, but it's equally amazing in my opinion. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to use my POB Solar with EMG pickups. The guitar goes inside the pedals, and the pedals go inside the Power Stage 200 from Seymour Duncan, because I think if I use any kind of those heads here, it's gonna be too easy to have a very amazing sound. My goal here is try to show how those pedals sound for real. If I plug these pedals inside the dual rectifier, the clean channel dual rectifier, it's gonna be sound very good. But if I put inside the 5150 there or other amp that I have here, it's gonna be very different. What I try to do here is do something very linear, you know, and try to show the real voice of the pedals. The Power Stage 200 goes inside the Torpedo Live, and the Torpedo Live is loading this impulse response here, the Holy Grail oversized Mesa Boogie, based on my 4x12 here, oversized Mesa Boogie with vintage 30s. Well, let's see how this little monster sound. I'll be right back. This is my clean sound inside the Power Stage 200, and I'm going to start with these settings for each pedal because they are totally different, and I think in that way it sounds better, in my opinion. It's based on my taste, of course. And I'm going to start with these settings and make some tweaks. Let's see the Revv G4. point, I was like try to match those the tones, but even like that is they are totally different. This one is a little bit more thick and more gain, scooped sound. Reminds me a little bit the dual rectifier distortion, like a very raw distortion. And this one sounds more processed and more tight, sometimes a little bit harsh. One tip, I think it's a good idea, take care of this bass control here, otherwise it's gonna be a mess with your low end. Check it out. So far, awesome, right? At this point, it's already very muddy. I think this is the sweet spot for the bass. On the other hand, you can abuse the bass here and it's always going to be tight. The G3, it's super tight and modern, but I think it's it's already cooked. That sound is already cooked. It's very processed in my opinion, and this is a little bit raw. You can use a tube screamer or any kind of boost in the front of this pedal. It's gonna be awesome because you can tighten it up the low end before reach the distortion. You're going to have lots of options, I think, with this pedal. I think this one is one trick pony. Maybe this one could be more versatile. I don't know, because it's raw. It's like sounds more like a tube amp, in my opinion, personal opinion. The red aggressions, it's a little bit tighter and more gain. But in my opinion, if you use less distortion here, you're going to get more definition. Well, as you were able to hear, they are totally super fucking different from each other. If I said what kind of metal, what kind of type of music you should use those pedals, it's very hard to say, because if you put a boost in the front of this one, man, it's gonna be freaking amazing. This pedal sounds very tube amplifier. This one, don't get me wrong, I love this one, and some situations, more modern stuff, maybe modern thrash metal or even jank stuff, prog stuff, or even for solos, I prefer this guy, but to cook in another amplifier and make it boosted, this pedal here, I think it's more like, you know, you have more options on this guy here. The bass, as you were able to hear, is super muddy. After 1 o'clock, it's gonna be disgusting, maybe in a bad way. This one, you can crank it up, everything, it sounds amazing, but it's super different, but both pedals, it's, in my opinion, they are amazing. Think it for any kind of metal. Not this one could be for any kind of metal. This one is gonna be for modern metal. But you can cook this guy here in another way. I think you're going to have more options here. This is my first time with this pedal. This one I bought 3 days ago on Revv used. I hope that I helped it here with this comparison. And I think that's it. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up. Check my new video here or here, I don't know, I never know, for my last single. This is gonna be for my new album that's gonna be released at the end of 2022. Show some love, spread the word. See you next time, I'm out.